everybody, I thought I'd make a video with a crash course on how to use conversational hypnosis. So let's begin, and we're going to start by talking about modal operators or probability. We'll talk about unspecified verbs, analog marking, quotes and quotes, and bridgers. Alright, so let's talk quickly about bridgers. Bridgers are words like because, and so, and which means. So let's just talk about the word because for a moment. Now, if you ever read the book by Robert Cialdini called Influence, which is a fantastic book, by the way, I would highly suggest you picking it up. And what he found is that when you use the word because in a sentence, people are more likely to do the thing that you want them to do. For example, if I said to you, hey, do you mind liking this video because I'm making blueberry pancakes? Now, me making blueberry pancakes and you liking this video, there's no real linkage or reason to make one equal the other. There's no real compelling reason why that would support the idea of liking this video. However, since the word because is in there, it kind of makes a bit of sense. Now, in Robert Cialdini's book, he was talking about the people who were in line to get a photocopy done. Now, when someone would butt in front and say, hey, do you mind if I just use the photocopier? People would get upset. But if someone jumped in line and said, hey, do you mind if I cut in front of you because I'm making spaghetti? There was about a 70% increase of people being able to say, yeah, sure, go right ahead. Now, whether the person is double parked or making blueberry pancakes or not, the point is that when you use the word because, it makes what comes afterwards that much easier for the listener to absorb or digest or actually do. So you're basically taking these two crazy ideas of being able to, butt in front of someone and saying, can I do this because the sky is blue? There's a better likelihood. I know it seems weird, but hey, if that's what works, if that's what's the difference that makes a difference as far as communication goes, then you might as well use it. Next word is and so. So if I said to you, you're watching this video, and so you'll be also noticing yourself finding that you'll be feeling quite relaxed and noticing how you're becoming all the more good looking. And so as you're becoming more and more good looking, you'll also be finding that your confidence increases. And so as your confidence increases, you'll be able to be presenting yourself in such a way where other people are more receptive to you. And so as people are more receptive to you, you'll be finding yourself getting your way a lot more often. Okay, so I linked all those weird ideas together, but I did it by putting those word coupling of and so in there. Now, I could have also done that interchangeably with which means. So let's try it with which means. So you're watching this video, which means that you're looking to be increasing your persuasion skills, which means you are looking to be perhaps increasing your sales or being able to be a person that can communicate more effectively, which means you're a person who learns by watching videos, which means that you're a person that really understands how valuable it is to be increasing your ability to talk in ways that allows you to get more of what you want. Okay, so again, I put all of these ideas together and I put which means in between them to kind of bridge and connect those together. Okay, so that's some information about bridges. Now we're going to talk about modal operators of probability. So these are words like could, and can, and might, and perhaps, and let, and may, and would. These are important because what these do is they modify the verb. So if I said to you, you could help me, or you can help me, or you might help me, or you perhaps help me, or let yourself help me, or maybe you could, would you help me? Right? It changes the word. If I said to you, hey, do this thing for me, it's not too enticing, but if I said to you, hey, could you do this thing for you? Hey, I'm wondering if you can do this thing for me. I wonder if you might do this thing for me. I wonder if you perhaps do this for me. Now, when these become even more impactful is when you link them together. And you know who does this a lot is the British. If they want to have somebody pass the salt, someone from the United Kingdom would say it like, I wonder if you could perhaps consider maybe if you might want to just stretch out and perhaps if you would pass me the salt, right? Then it seems like less of a demand, less of a burden because they've used these modal operators of probability, whereas an American would say, hey, pass me the salt. So these are just nice ways to kind of get what you want through by using these types of words, modal operators of probability. Okay, next is unspecified verbs. Now, if I say to you the words, jumping, and skipping and running and punching and skiing and motorcycling. You know, as I'm saying those words, in your mind, you're conjuring up those images of what it means to be jumping and skiing and motorcycling and pogo sticking and hula hooping. You can have those ideas, but if I say to you, wondering or realizing or considering or noticing, then it's tough to make that picture in your mind of what that would look like. And now this is a benefit because then by using these kinds of words, the listener has to kind of piece it together in their own kind of fuzzy way, and then they can't really argue with it. Right? So in other words, using verbs like this kind of allows you to get past their critical factor, allows these verbs to slide in under the radar, if you will. So like if I said to you, you're thinking about how much you want to like this video and leave a comment below. Probably not. You could disagree with me. But if I said, in a moment you might be considering how you might be wondering how it would feel like to like this video, as you're realizing that doing so wouldn't take that much effort, especially when you're considering what it would do for other people, especially while you're noticing that doing that is really beneficial for you. Okay, so, I mean, I've put all of these words together, wondering and realizing and considering, and it's just like a nice way to slide that idea of telling you to like this video. Alright, so next we're going to use analog marking. So this is when the command is different from the rest of the conversation. And this can be done by changing the tempo or the tone or the physiology or just changing something. So I'll give you an example of this. Let's say that the command here is for you to leave a comment below. So let's say I wanted you to leave a comment below. Now every time I say leave a comment below, I'm leaning in a little closer to the microphone and I'm lowering the pitch of my voice just a little bit and I'm slowing down just a little bit. So it makes that command stand out just that little bit. Now consciously you may not even notice this, but subconsciously you will. And so I'm going to do this again. As you're watching this video, you'll probably be noticing that it's quite helpful or beneficial, or maybe it doesn't help you all that much, but either way, it'd be really helpful for me if you could be commenting below, because it really makes a difference and it helps me out a lot. Alright, so as you're going along watching these videos, or even other videos in the future, if you could like the videos and leave a comment, that would be very helpful. Okay, so that's analog marking. Alright, last bit is quotes inside of quotes. Okay, so quotes and quotes. Let's say again I wanted to have you like this video and leave a comment or a question. So I'm going to tell a story here and I'll be using quotes and quotes. Okay, so I went to the restaurant and I ordered some blueberry pancakes, and then the waitress came by and she said to me how she also likes blueberry pancakes. And I said, oh, that's nice. She says to me, what do I do? And I said, oh, sometimes I make YouTube videos. And then she says she sometimes makes YouTube videos. And I thought, oh, that's so nice. I said, well, you know what? One day, if you tell me what your channel is, then I could do something and help you out with them. Maybe I could like your videos for you. And then she looked at me and she said, you are going to like my videos? And I said to her, yes, of course. It would be helpful for you, and perhaps you too could also like my videos. And then she said, wow, that would be great. We could help each other out by liking each other's videos. I thought, wow, that was so lovely. And so anyways, as I was leaving, I left her a nice big fat juicy tip. And again, I looked her in the eye and I said, you know, you are healthy and good looking, and I'm going to be liking your videos. And then I walked out the door knowing that I had a really wonderful meal. Okay, so there we go. I'm telling the story between these two people, me and some fictional waitress and yada, yada, yada. But, you know, in that conversation, all these quotes that we're exchanging back and forth, I'm sliding in that comment to you as the viewer to like the video and leave a comment below. Okay, so now we're going to tie all of this together, and I'll do it with this sentence. So let's say the sentence is, before you go, now obviously you are going to go one day, this video will end, then you'll go do something, live your life. So you can't really argue with the before you go part. Then I say, I'm wondering if you could, so there we have a modal operator of probability. And then I say consider, which is another unspecified verb. And then I say doing me a favor, and perhaps, right? Again, this is a modal operator of possibility. And then I say notice, which is an unspecified verb. But then when I say you are finding yourself compelled to like this video and comment below. Okay, so that's a pretty strong comment. If I said to you, you are finding yourself compelled to like this video and comment below, right? That's quite direct. But because I have it cushioned in and amongst all of the could, consider, perhaps, noticing, then it's easier for me to get that data in there. And then I say, if you haven't already, just because, right? So I'm linking that word, that bridger there, because, right, of how it might, and then again I'm using a modal operator of probability, and then allow, this is another unspecified verb, allow you to begin to feel amazing about yourself, while possibly, again, possibility and probability, noticing, again, an unspecified verb, how your life is becoming better and better just by doing so. Since and then here we have an embedded command, you are discovering new ways to communicate, and then it allows, so another unspecified verb, it allows you to, and then we say, another command here, increase your ability to be more influential and persuasive in your life. And then I put in a little story here with a quote in quotes, which reminds me of a time when I went out to eat and the waitress said to me, you are going to like this video, and how just by hearing those words, it caused me to become all the more aware of how to speak to get better results. And of course, the quote in quotes there is, you are going to like this video. All right, and I also leaned in a little closer to the mic as I said that, just to kind of hammer home the idea of how persuasive you can be with your conversation so that you can be directing results in more beneficial ways for yourself. All right, thank you so much for your time. I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Bye for now.